Hi, and welcome to Artsy Angie's DIY. Today I'm going to show you how to use dollar store items into these cute little picture frames for Valentine's Day that's coming up. Enjoy! Okay, so here we have our Dollar Tree picture frame already with this silver washboard in the back and the little clip attached to it. So what we're going to start with is some black chalkboard paint, some white acrylic paint, and maybe a little bit of this gray acrylic paint. I'm also going to use 3 types of brushes for today, starting with my 3/4 flat brush, my number 1 flat brush, and my number 6 flat. Also, you're going to use your an artist plate or palette. Don't forget that. And for this project, I'll be using a variety of ribbons. I have a red and white plaid ribbon, a black flat mat ribbon, and also a black and white checkered ribbon. And with that one, I went ahead and did a pre-made bow. This particular one has a wire, so that is why it's keeping its shape. The other ones are not wired. So I cut 2 pieces of each, about 4 inches in length, and that would be 2 pieces of the white and 2 of the black. Here I have some glittered letters that also came from the Dollar Tree, so that was perfect for our little project we're doing today. I had this little red bow with the polka dots, so I went ahead, and it's about 2.5 inches in length, and I cut a little bit of that black and white and then the red one to pre-make that bow for our different picture frame. And so yeah, this is about all the items that you're going to need for this project, and let's get started. Okay, so here we have our Dollar Tree picture frame. It already comes kind of with this light brown look around it. So I'm going to go ahead and take my white acrylic paint and put that in my artist palette or plate. Let's get just a little bit out, not too much. I'm going to go ahead and use my 6 flat, because it's about the same width as the width of the picture frame. And I'm just going to go ahead and start painting. So it's not too hard. Just going to paint the edges, starting with the top. And I did no prepping for this picture frame. I'm just directly applying acrylic white paint on it, and also don't forget your edges. And as you can see, it's about the same width of that edge and of the side. So that's why I went ahead with my number 6 flat brush. Now I'm going to go ahead and paint the left side of my picture frame, also not forgetting to paint those edges, and the same with the bottom. And of course, trying to be careful where I don't get any of that white paint towards the back. So in case you are going to sit it on a table or a little console area, at least the white doesn't fall over to the back side. So always try to be careful. All right, so we're going to go ahead and continue painting now the bottom part along with that bottom edge, and also then we're going to go ahead and paint the right side. Being very careful around those edges. And I just thought this would be a nice, cute little early Valentine decor that you can do for around your house. You could give this as a gift for someone. I think it'd look really cute with your Valentine's decorations. So now I'm finalizing the last edge with my, again, my white acrylic paint. Just dabbing on that last side and then of course that edge. And the sky's the limit. You could always paint your edges a different color. It doesn't have to be white. It could be a white front and your edges could be in black, or vice versa. But I wanted to go ahead and paint the frame white because we're going to go with a little bit of a farmhouse distressed white look. And just covering all my little bases all the way around. Get some in my hands. And sometimes you might get it on the tin area, and if you do, just grab a little rag. So you see, make sure you got all your sides. So now I'm going to take my chalkboard black paint. I'm going to put a little dab of that. So a little bit of that black chalkboard paint. You're just going to dab, and then just very lightly, just with very light strokes, go onto the white, just doing like little lines here and there. So it really depends how dark you want it or light you want it. So I'm just going to go ahead and clean my brush with my palette. I dipped it in some water. So now I'm just smoothing out those harsh lines that you see in the black. Again, just dipping it in my water, kind of tapping it onto my artist rag, and then just smoothing it out. So this way it blends, and it's almost starting to give it a little bit of a gray look to it, which is fine. But we're doing, it's almost like a whitewash, where like we're just washing off the black lines with my wet paintbrush. So that's all I'm doing, is just using that wet paintbrush to smooth out the black lines. Now I'm adding a little bit more of that white, because I did get it a little bit too muted, too gray-ish, and that's not really what I was going for. So I'm just kind of adding a little bit more white in between, because I do want it to stand out a little bit more of a white look, but still have that distressing, where you could see some of those black lines that are a little bit muted in that gray. So, and again, if you get any paint on that inside tin part area, just use a little bit of, just use the tip of your finger inside a rag and then just wipe it off. So right now I'm just going ahead and start smoothing all those little distress lines that I made. Again, now just using a little bit of more of that of my wet. Just basically dip my paintbrush in water and just using basically that wet paintbrush to smooth everything out. So there you go. So you see how now it's got that, you can still see some of the lines, and it's a little bit more muted in and distressed. So I'm going to go ahead and put that off to the side, my little palette. And we're going to go ahead and try to dry this with my air dryer or hair dryer, whatever kind of dryer you have. I do have it on my highest heat, and just making sure I dry up all my edges, including the sides. Just trying to dry some of the paint on my hands because I keep getting it on the tin. So there you go. I'm just gonna we're done with the painting part. I'm now just drying it, just so that we can work a little bit quicker around our edges, because we are going to use that to hot glue. So as you can see with my pinky finger, I'm just kind of smoothing out any white paint that might have gotten on that tin area, or the tin part area. Now remember, This picture frame already came assembled just like you see it. So when I saw it, I thought, oh, how neat would this look? So cute if we, you know, jazz it up for our upcoming Valentine's Day for decorations. So I'm just drying it now, all the way around, making sure that my sides and my top and bottom areas are nice and dry. Now I'm just going to feel and make sure that all that paint is nice and dry. Just giving it one more work, and I think that's good. I think that should do it. Okay, and see, that's what it looked like before, kind of like a grayish beige, and now that's what it looks like now with the white distress. So just want to give you what that looks like now. There's a little clip that's already attached. Now, if there's one that you find that's not attached, you could always buy those little clips as well at a dollar store, or even in the craft section or office section of maybe a Walmart. You can find those as well. And then just hot glue it onto there. Another way of doing this picture frame is that if you don't want the tin look, you can always remove the tin area part and even put maybe a cork board. So that's another idea, to put cork board and still put a clip inside if you'd like. So there's different ways we can always jazz up these little picture frames. So now I just want to make sure I don't have any more paint on me, because some of that white paint can usually get all over the place. All right, so now we're going to start the fun stuff, where we're going to go ahead and start decorating. And this is where it happens. So much fun. So I already had my pre-made bow. And then with the pre-cut ribbons that I had, I'm going to alternate black, then the red and white, then the black ribbon again, and then the red and white. And what I'm going to do is that's going to give me more of that messy bow that we see a lot, kind of like a raglan bow. And I'm just going to take a little bit of my jute rope, twine. Some people call it twine, some people call it jute rope. But I'm going to take some, I'll just call it jute. I'm going to take a little bit of that jute rope. I'm going to put my wired ribbon on top, and then I'm just going to lay it over, flip it around, and then make a nice tight loop. I'm just going to tie it all nice and tight in the back and pull on that jute rope. So we make it nice and tight. Just like that. And then I'll just go ahead and do another little loop just so for added security, so my little ribbons don't fly off anywhere. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and cut that excess jute rope to make that little area nice and short. And there you go. So it's hidden in the back. And I'm going to go ahead and place this kind of like right there in the center. I think I'm going to go with. Just do it right there in the center. I'm going to fix and adjust my bow. Remember that black and white one is a wired bow. So now I'm just going to cut those little edges from the inside of my bow and just tuck it right inside so you don't see those. Okay, and there you go. So you got that little messy messy bow with a little small bow on top, I guess you can say. And we kind of have those farm colors going with the red plaid and the black and white plaid. So now I know that I'm going to have that centered right there. I know I'm going to apply a bead of glue right there in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and put my hot glue. Make sure you always be careful around your hot glue because you can burn yourself. And then as soon as I put my glue right there in the center, I'm going to apply it right there in the center at the top part of my frame. And almost centering it where, right above where that little note clip is, because that's sort of my center. Now I'm just adjusting the messy ribbons that are in the back, making sure they kind of fall over, fixing my little bow. And then what I'm going to do is, because the messy bow has a square end at the ends of my bow, of my ribbon, sorry. I'm going to go ahead and pinch each edge. I'm going to pinch the edges of each ribbon, and I'm going to cut downward. So I'm going to grab one ribbon at a time, pinch it in half. So I'm pinching inward and in half, and then I'm going to take my scissors and cut in an angle. So therefore, when I do that, I get what I call these tuxedo tails. It just gives it a much more finished and polished look. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to all the loose ribbons. Now remember, I had 4, so it would be 4 for each side. So just cutting downward in an angle, and that gives me that little tuxedo tail. And I'm going to do the same for the red and white plaid ribbon and my flat matte black ribbon. Try saying that 20 times. Flat black matte. So yeah, so I'm going to continue doing that same process for the left side of the bow with my ribbon, and the same to the right side of the bow with my ribbon. So that this way each side has pre-cut tuxedo at the end. So there you go, how super cute. See, there's my finished ends. So now at the bottom, I'm going to take those letters that I showed you. I got, that comes in a nice big bunch in a bag. They're red glittered letters. And guys, those were only $1. And you get so much out. So I already kind of pre-picked out the word love. And now I'm just sort of looking to see where I want to center it. Just making sure I know where I'm going to remove the sticky part in the back. Because remember, it's like a sticker letter. I just want to kind of eyeball, see where I want the word love to be. And then I'm going to need my hot glue as well. So remember, always keep in mind that when you're using the hot glue gun, not to burn yourself. So now I'm just trying to see exactly where I want my letters, so they're nice and centered to the picture frame. I'm going to go ahead and start removing the backing. So see how that will look. I'm going to remove the back part of the sticker. And I only kind of did half of it because the top part is going to actually fall a little over to the tin area, and I really don't want any of that sticky part of the stickers to be able to stick on my tin area, because that's where I'm going to put a picture, or you know, and if I do put a picture in there, I don't want those letters to stick onto a picture and then ruin a picture. So the bottom part of my letters are where I'm putting the glue, and the top part of my letters is where I'm kind of sort of leaving it alone with the sticker still on. So you could say that the sticky white film that is attached in the back, just like that, I'm actually cutting it in half. So half of it stays on the top part of each letter. So as you can see right there, I'm attaching the top part of the letter O, making sure that you don't see that white sticky part on the other side. So that's kind of what I was doing, because as you can see how close that is to the tin background, I really have to put that sticky paper and leave, like I said, leave half of that sticky paper on the letters so that when you do decide later to put a picture in that picture frame, those letters do not stick onto your photograph and then wind up ruining the photograph. So there you go. You can see I did the same for the V. I left half of the sticky paper on, and the other bottom half I'm putting the hot glue, because it's the bottom half that is getting glued onto the picture frame. So I went ahead and did that with the L, the O, the V, and now I'm coming down to the last letter, which is my E, and I'm doing pretty much the same thing. I see where I want to position. I flip it over. I get about half of that backing off. So as you can see, I'm sort of using my fingers to hold it in place and just pull off that top part. So I'm holding it down with my thumb, pulling back, and sort of just perforating it there until I get it straight edge and then cut it off. So as you can see, the back part of that E is where the red part of the E, sorry, is where that glue is going to go. So where the white sticky part is going to stay. So I put that glue on my bottom part of the letter E. I'm going to stick it there really nice and carefully. Again, be careful with the glue that you don't burn yourself. So I'm going to put just a little extra glue where I feel like it's needed so that my letters don't come off. And always remember to use a dry brush, any dry paintbrush, so that you're able to remove any glue stringies. Every time we use a glue gun, I call them little glue stringies. They look like little spaghetti strings of glue that tend to kind of wander around your projects when you're doing them. And there you go. So now I have the word love from the stickers all nicely attached. And how pretty is that? Super cute, super simple. And if I'd like, now this is a sheet of various size stickers. Some come in a dark pink, light pink, red. I'm going to just take a small sticker and put it right in the middle. I guess you could say to seal the deal right there at the center of that bow. And put a little bit of glue, a little dot of glue right there. And then pressing down with my thumb and securing that little heart sticker. Those heart stickers, again, they were $1, people, from the Dollar Tree. And you could do so many projects. It comes with so many different size shape hearts. And there you go. And now there you have it. There is your picture frame with that farmhouse look. So see, the clip is right there. I just kind of snapped a little picture right there of my boys. You could give this, you could also clip a gift card. So if you want to wrap this in a nice little piece of cellophane with a gift card, that makes another great gift. So look how cute is that? So adorable, super cute. So there you have it, your $1 picture frame that kind of look a little cruddy with the whole light brown, I don't even know what color that was, beige, and we turned it into a white distress farmhouse looking frame. So now I'm going to get ready to work on the second one that you see. Okay, so now we're going to go on to our second picture frame. Again, it starts with that beige kind of yucky looking picture frame. This time I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to continue with my 6 flat brush and some of that black chalkboard paint. And again, using my 6 flat and just going around and doing all the edges in my black chalkboard paint. Now, if you don't have chalkboard paint, you could always use black acrylic paint. So that's fine too. And I am going to let you enjoy some of this music as I paint all four sides and all four edges, because we're really just repeating the process as we did with our white, and then making sure we dry it. Okay, so there you have it. It's all painted in the black chalkboard paint. So now I'm going to go ahead and dry that off with my hair dryer. Making sure that I dry all four sides on the front and on the edges. So we'll dry that all off. So we can get to the fun stuff and start decorating. Yep, so just going all the way around, making sure that I dry all four of my sides. And the front side, of course, because that's where we're going to be doing some more gluing. And I think we are almost done. And we have to do the touch test, make sure it's nice and dry. Yep, feels pretty dry to me. Okay, now we can get started. I also had these pearl beads. They're like these half-shaped pearl beads that come in a sticker gem format. I am also going to use some of this ribbon. I have a little bit of this white polka dot. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use a lot of that, but I do have some of the red and white polka dot, and then of course my black and white checkered buffalo checkered plaid. And I put a little bit of, to hold it together, a red pipe cleaner, which I twisted in the back. And then whatever's extra excess, I just gotta go ahead and cut it. So again, using that whole messy look of a bow is what we're kind of going for again. But now this time I'm going to take the bow and angle it on the corner, on the top left corner. So see, that's how it's gonna look. And because it's a small picture frame, that's really all I'm going to use is those two little pieces of ribbon. Tied, of course, in the center. Instead of jute rope, I tied it with the red pipe cleaner. Put a little bit of bead of glue right down in the back side of the middle, and now I'm just holding down and pressing so it stays nice and secure. Now, like I said earlier, using a completely dry brush, preferably maybe an old brush you don't use. And what that does is to help remove any glue strings that attach to like a canvas or a craft project. I find it the easiest way to remove those glue strings. Now here I have these felt rose stickers. Look at that, $1. It came with 9 roses. And they're these really cute felty type, nice and soft rose petals. They even come with these little glue dots already attached to it. But I'm thinking I'm just going to go ahead and rip the little glue dot off. And where the ribbon was, I'm going to place my felty rose right in the middle. So instead of sealing it with a glittered heart like we did in our first frame, I'm just going to use my hot glue gun and put a little bit of glue on the back of that felt rose, and to kind of seal the deal on the center. Look how cute. Super cute. But it needs a little, something extra. So I'm going to go ahead and cut across for these stickers. Like I said, these, now this one didn't come in a, kind of like our other gems, in a strand. These came individually. They are stick-on pearl beads. Now what I decided to do is that on each side, I wanted to place 5 pearls on each side of my frame. So there's 5 on the right, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply 5 on the left. So that would be a total of 10. And I think the beads are nice because it gives a nice added detail. I like the touch of the white against the black chalkboard paint. So again, just putting my little pearl beads, making sure that I'm lined up with the right side of my frame so that to look more uniform, of course. And there you go. And I'm just making sure that they're nice and even. And if they're not, what's great about these little pearl gem stickers is that there are kind of stickers that I can move around and adjust. But only, of course, if I can adjust them, great. If I can't because of hot glue issues, then yeah, it wouldn't work so well. So I'm going to go ahead and I use my my little school ruler there just to make sure that they were all lined up and even. So how cute is that? So I do feel, because we did the love on the white picture frame, that our little black picture frame needs a little something too. So I have some of these acrylic paint pens. I do carry some white Sharpie markers that now they make, that you could see and find them at Walmart. I think even Dollar General might have some of those white markers, paint markers. Here in this particular case, I'm kind of using a white marker, but with a much thinner base, nothing too thick, because I do want it to write the word love you in script. So that's what I'm doing. I'm making sure that I'm writing the words love you in a script format. and of course for it to stand out against the black. So that's why I needed the white. Now, if you don't have any paint pens or paint markers, you can always, in reality, I mean, you could paint it on with a liner brush. You can find a really small sticker that says love you and stick it, or even decoupage it at the bottom of the picture frame. So the possibilities are really endless on how you would like to decorate these little picture frames. I'm just making them so that they're more geared towards Valentine's Day and giving most of you ideas for it. So I went ahead and freehand the word love you. I want to make sure I have the right thickness. So let's see. So now we're just going to go ahead and just write the word love you. So I think I was looking for the wooden, the smaller wooden letters, but it's going to be too big. So I went ahead and practiced first on a separate piece of paper before I start writing it on my black frame. Once I got some of that ink out, because some of these paint pens, you have to shake them, you have to press down so that the ink can float to the tip of the marker. So I always use a piece of paper, or a carton paper, just so that I could test try some of these things. And so very carefully, I'm kind of free crafting, I guess you can say, or free. I don't want to say the word be, but but I was kind of free. I'll say, instead of the B, I'll say the F. So it was free falling on my lettering. So I think that came out super cute. I went ahead and wrote the word love you in the white. How cute is that? And again, you just put a little picture right there on the clip. This will look super cute at your office, at a teacher's desk. I think the sky's the limit. Super cute, super quick and inexpensive way to make these $1 store that already comes with a clip and a washboard silver tin background. And all I really did was paint the frames and added some lettering at the bottom, and then of course their cute little small thin bows at the top. And there's my picture of my sons again, so it gives you a look. And let's check the other one. How cute! So there you go. I have a white farmhouse type looking picture frame with the word love, perfect for Valentine's Day. And now I have my black one. See how cute it looks. You can even put a little love poem there. Maybe a check. I love you. Nothing says I love you like giving somebody a check, right? So put a little check, a little gift card, a gift certificate. So it's really the sky. And you can probably just put it on there and just hand it to them. I mean, you could put it in a cute little gift bag, you know, so it kind of, you know, makes it look more like a gift. But how super cute is this little gift idea? I mean, it's a gift idea / home decor. So you could really, it's versatile on how you want to use these. I hope you enjoyed making these today, or watching me making these today. And you can go out there and keep crafting. So there you have it, my friends. Look how super cute these came out. I am so happy with them. There's your white one, and there is your black picture frames. Super adorable. I hope to see you next time. So thank you for watching Artsy Angie's DIY. I hope to see you next time. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for upcoming videos that I will continue to be making. And I hope to see you all next time. Ciao for now.